welcome to this marvelously wacky Wednesday. And who am I saying good morning to in my live chat? We have a Mariel Bell. Good afternoon to Mariel and Mr. Scarecrow, I believe. A Shadow Cat. Good morning. I have a Diz in the chat. I have a Doubting Tommy not only in the chat, but also with me in voice chat on Discord. Let me see. Shadow Cat. We've got Ed and Neil. Good morning. So we got a small crowd this morning. Oh! Morning, CT. How are you doing? You just popped in. Ronan is getting ready to get on the road with his trainer. For the next 2.5 weeks, he will be riding with someone that already knows that he has over 15 years experience behind a wheel. Morning, Finn. How are you doing? So basically, it's just a formality because he doesn't have enough experience in the time allotted, in the time that they were looking for in order for him to be able to hit the road without one. Morning, Ghost Dog. How are you? So, for 2.5 weeks, I am going to be Ronan-less. That's right. I'm going to be here with the Boo, who is on the bed but being lazy. So, we'll see how that goes with the doggy cam this morning. Morning, Tranime. So, this morning, I wake up. I'm supposed to be waking up at 6, but we didn't have the heater on last night. So, 7 o'clock, because we didn't know when his trainer was going to call. So I do what I usually do, start my computer, start shuffling around the room, start checking the Discords, and I saw this. For those of you who do not know, morning Batman, or afternoon Batman, what you're seeing is Dark Art's icon and Dark Art's name. Dark Art has been not with us for about 3 weeks now, 2-3 weeks now. Someone has assumed his name and is using his icon. Finn's Chan, Zeph, and Liz suspect that it is Blank Space, who they unlovingly and infamously re-nicknamed Bitch Space. Morning, honey. What you're looking at is what he typed in the live chat to Liz last night when she was playing Minecraft with her daughters.
That is so wrong.
It is. This tells you the depravity and how low Heart Progress is willing to go, that they will type this shit in somebody's live chat to try and get any kind of negative attention. And that's what I'm calling it, because it is. You don't do this in someone's live chat. You don't use a dead man's icon or name for anything, let alone this bullshit. It is wrong. There's no excuse for it. There's no justification for it. There is no reason for it whatsoever. This is just deplorable in every sense of the word. I mean, I know Red Robot, exactly, and morning. For those of you that are listening that don't participate in my live chat, I don't care at this point what you think of Liz or Zeph or any of the people that run around in their circles, okay? You don't do this. You don't bring someone's children into this. You don't attack someone's children. And yes, I am calling this an attack. You can call me an SJW if you want. I don't care. This is Heart Progress, yes. Blank Space, otherwise known as Bitch Space, is Heart Progress, and this is suspected to be him. Morning, G. Bronert. Good morning. So they're trying to see how he got a hold of Dark Art's account. What the fuck? Blank Space from Heart Progress is suspected to have hijacked Dark Art's icon and his name to go on Liz's live stream last night while she was playing Minecraft with her children and type what you see on the screen in the live chat. I am not going to read it because it's just... no. I'm not reading it. Exactly. Morning, Mitch. Yeah, I didn't call you honey. I called Ronan honey, Batman. So yeah, I woke up to this. Could you imagine what Liz's response was when she woke up to it? Because she went to bed because she's having mouth problems, and hopefully she's going to the dentist today to get them fixed. So, crossing fingers there. So yeah, this is... They won't... There's no low they won't stoop to. There's no tactic they won't use. They steal art. They steal people's videos. Now they're going on people's live streams after stealing a dead guy's identity. I mean, this is just... there's no words for the depravity in this. Yeah. The Batman, I can see her foaming at the mouth, to put it mildly. Exactly. Google, YouTube should allow the account to be reported for impersonation. Exactly. Oh yeah, Suit's probably going to go the hell off. He's probably already seen it on Twitter. I agree, Red Robot.
Yeah, knowing him, he's not going to stop. He's going to be pissed.
Yeah, he is. And when he goes on one of his rampages, boy, does he go on a rampage. I don't know if her kids saw it or not. I went to bed last night because I thought I was going to have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. So, I was not privy to what happened and if her children saw it. So that I can't answer. I hope they didn't. I hope they were busy playing Minecraft and not paying attention, because the kids don't need to see that. The kids really don't need to see that. The Batman, we need to shove a replica of Negan's Lucille up their asses. Yeah, I agree. I'm right there with you. I am right there with you. So that is the little side caveat for this morning. So let me go ahead and roll the news intro and get into it. Alright, if we remember this guy's name, that's because that is the guy who shot Katie Steinle. Katie Steinle is the Katie behind Katie's Law. However, Jose Inez Garcia Zarate has been charged with new immigration and gun laws because this is less than a week after a San Fran jury found him not guilty for the shooting death of Kate. I'm just going to leave that hanging in the air. Morning, Reality Check, and hey there, Jason. Let me see. Which fanned the flames. Let me see. Here we go. I'm going to scroll up, make sure everything meets up with what I'm reading. Which fanned the flames of the immigration debate of the U.S. He's now charged with felon in possession of a firearm and, quote, being an alien illegally and unlawfully in the United States. He has already been convicted on the state charge of felon with a firearm, which carries a maximum sentence of 3 years, and has been in jail since the incident. Mike Gonzalez, his public defender, says his client will ask a judge to toss the state conviction. I don't think they should. He's illegal. He's a felon. District Attorney George Gaskin believes the illegal alien should have been convicted of Steinle's murder. Legal experts say the fatal shot ricocheted off the ground, which supports the illegal immigrant's claim the gun went off accidentally. Those same experts say going for a first-degree conviction instead of manslaughter was an overreach. San Francisco is a sanctuary city. This means they do not have to cooperate fully with federal deportation efforts. Neil illegally discharges firearm, illegally has firearm, is illegally in the U.S., kills someone in the commission of all three of those crimes, let off for murder. What the fuck? Yeah. I looked into this case a little deeper, and if the experts say that it ricocheted and killed the person, then manslaughter should have been, by all rights and objectivity, the charge they should have gone after, and that's probably the charge he would have been convicted on. First degree is not manslaughter. It's not accidental for murder. I believe first degree is premeditated murder. And this wasn't premeditated. Fenrir, no, they refuse to. They should lose all finding till he does. Yeah, I mean, he's an illegal alien, because I'm never going to say, undocumented immigrant. I don't use the PC term. He's illegal, and he's foreign to this country, henceforth an illegal alien. Okay? Mr. Ripper, correction, it means they choose not to cooperate with federal deportation, blah, blah, blah. Exactly. Yeah, they're still trying to push that through, that the sanctuary cities would lose funding for, being sanctuary cities. So, there is that. Like I said, if they would have gone for the second degree charge, I'm sure there would have been a conviction. I think the only reason he was acquitted was because the district attorney, and I agree with the experts, overstepped and went for premeditated. When the only way to really prove, in my opinion, premeditated beyond the shadow of a doubt is if he knew her and there's any kind of evidence that shows that he was thinking or planning on killing this particular person. In other words, thinking and planning it, premeditating it. They couldn't find any proof that it was premeditated. So, yes, being here illegally is a felony, G. Bronner. You have to be here legally, or you can seek asylum. That's the other way you can be here legally. Sanctuary cities have been set up for I think during the Obama administration, to provide safe havens for these illegal aliens. Now, I don't know how they got around all the immigration laws in order to do that, but they did. And that's where we're at with that particular story. No, they don't care in San Fran. I agree. All right,
I don't think in any part of California they care.
I don't think so either. All right, and here is the part of the show. All right, there is a correction that I have to issue from yesterday because Tommy, who's in the voice chat with me, corrected me on certain information in the case. So I'm going to read the correction, and then Tommy, who is actually there for the incident, can provide us with a lot more information. So, there were no alternate cakes proposed. According to one source, he was quoted as saying, "Sorry guys, I don't make cake for same-sex weddings." This was after Craig and Mullins walked in with Craig's mother and a book of ideas. At the time of the incident, Colorado did not allow same-sex marriages. Craig and Mullins got married in Massachusetts and decided to have their reception in Colorado. Mullins took to Facebook after the incident and posted, quote, "If you feel like the treatment we received is wrong, please contact Masterpiece Cake Shop and let them know how you feel. Their policy is discriminatory," unquote. And it snowballed from there. So, Tommy, what exactly happened since you were in the middle of it and you helped with some of the protests and the boycotts?
Yeah, well, all right. For starters, what I did was I got them set up with a cake shop who was gay. He mostly specialized in erotic cakes, like penises and vaginas. He actually gave them a free cake.
Oh, cool.
So they didn't have to pay for any of it. Can't hear me.
They can't hear you. Huh. Let me see if I can fix that. All right, try it now. See if they can fix. Let's do a mic check and see if they can hear you now.
All right. Am I working now, guys? Can you hear me now?
Let me see if I can turn up.
I know that you can hear me, Maddie.
Yeah. He's not mumbling.
Actually, I'm speaking pretty loud, guys, but alright, let me just talk a little bit louder then.
Alright, let me see here. Volume mixer.
What I got involved with is, I can't walk any closer, it's on my head.
Alright, hang on. Let me see if I can figure out what's going on with the voice meter this morning. Let me turn this up a little, and let me turn this, let me do this. This might actually help. Voice and video, and we will do, wrong one. This old fart really has to get used to her technology.
Alright, so,
alright, let's see.
You guys can hear me now?
Alright, that should be a little bit better. Let's see if they can hear you.
Yeah. I normally do.
Alright, let me see.
Alright, they're saying it's working.
Alright, cool.
Okay, well, what I got involved with was, guys, is I set these guys up with a cake decorator who is gay. He decided to give them a free cake out of it. He got free publicity, so he got his money back.
Cool.
Then afterwards, I helped attend both the boycott and protest at the cake shop. Views were way different back then. I was more SJW than I am now. I probably would not have gone to the protest at this point in my life. Mm-hmm. Because I do believe that, yeah, now I didn't at the time, but now I believe that the cake decorator has the right to say no.
Yeah. I think after reading the story, I think it's the way he worded it, because the way he worded it, if he said it exactly like that, he didn't even say that, it's against my religion. I'm sorry, I don't feel comfortable making a cake. That would have been a completely different phrase from, I don't make cakes for same-sex marriages.
Well, I agree with that completely, but either way, it's his right to say no.
Yeah.
Anyway, the cake, these guys didn't want a porno cake. Somebody probably saw the pictures I posted of the cake decorator that I sent these guys to, because he specialized in those type of cakes. He mostly made penis cakes and stuff like that. I know that guy when I was still doing drag, and he decided to sponsor my drag group, and he made us cakes to raffle off at our bingos.
Oh, cool.
Wanted a penis cake when they came to the bingos.
Alright, so I've got a Posmatic good morning or good afternoon, seeing how you're across the pond. I have a Jason Todd I'm saying a good afternoon to, and I have a La Nuggets, and I think I said there's one person I'm missing, because I know I said hello to Reality Check already. Yeah. Hi, Reality Check, in case I missed you the first time.
Alright, also, I was going to say, though, that the Drag Queen Bingo was fun, by the way. We had a blast doing it. It was the Denver Cycle Sluts is the group I was with. And if you guys want to see me in drag, it's going to be coming, because I'm getting ready today in drag for a video.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you'll see it on somebody else's channel, but I'm sure it was going to be all over.
I bet. Yeah, I lost my frame. Holy shit. Hang on.
There was something else I was going to bring up that I couldn't remember. Oh, the guys that I didn't really know these guys that well during the time. They were more friends of friends. I got to know them. They were pretty douchey. And I'm guessing that they probably did this on purpose.
Yeah.
They probably went to this decorator knowing he would say no. Publicity out of it.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me, because, I mean, to me, if I walk into, and I've said this before, and let me see, I'm saying we got a fuckwad and a panina in the chat. Good morning, guys. If I was running a business like that, and somebody were to come in, I don't care who you are, what walk of life you're from, what your belief system is, who you love. That's your choice, and that's your right. My only concern when you walk into my business doors is, are you going to cause a problem for me and my customers? If the answer is yes, then I will ask you to leave. Not because of any sexual orientation or your belief system or anything like that, but simply because you're causing a disruption in my place of business, and I would like you to leave.
I will say that the protest was respectful, though. We still allowed people to come and go freely. I made sure of that, because I was like, no, we can't stop people from going in.
Yeah.
What's going on? That this guy said no.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's nice when the protest can be peaceful. Who we're listening to and who's live with me, the Nuggets, is Doubting Tommy. He does live streams on his channel, and he also does commentary videos on his channel. I think I've been on a live stream with you once before. If not, I have to correct that oversight.
Yeah, I think we've been on one, yes.
Yeah. So, yeah. That's Doubting Tommy. Check him out. If he types in the live chat, you'll be able to click those 3 little buttons and go over to his channel. He did say they were douches. Jason, it's easy to pick out a Christian business. They usually put a Jesus fish on the sign and in the yellow pages. That is true. They do tend to do that. They do tend to do that. And it's just, to me, everybody is fishing for 15 minutes of fame, and that's what I see here. But now they've pulled the Supreme Court into it. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Supreme Court rules on this particular instance, because, there's anti-discrimination laws that are in Colorado proper, and if the Supreme Court rules in favor of the First Amendment and says that the cake shop owner had his First Amendment infringed, then that means the state is either going to have to amend their anti-discrimination law or get rid of it, which is going to cause even more problems.
Yeah, well, they used the Colorado state discrimination laws to their advantage on this.
Yeah, they did. I completely agree. I completely and totally agree. Okay, let's see what we've got for the last one. And we've been listening on and off about quote-unquote sonic attacks upon embassy personnel in Cuba. Here's the latest. Doctors identify brain abnormalities in Cuba attack patients. U.S. embassy victims of yet-to-be-determined attacks in Cuba have been diagnosed with brain abnormalities. These abnormalities are linked to the hearing, vision, balance, and memory damage the workers have suffered, according to doctors treating them. The findings are fueling the growing skepticism of a type of sonic weapon. Further medical testing has revealed the workers had changes in their white matter tracts in the brain. These tracts allow different parts of the brain to communicate with one another. Alright, I will. I'll teach you how to use the Restream. Though the initial suspicion was sonic attacks, officials are now avoiding the term as much as possible. The incidents have been described as, quote, loud, mysterious sounds followed by hearing loss and ear ringing. They are now thinking the sounds are a byproduct of something different. They were not allowed to discuss it publicly. They are also not saying if all 24 patients had the same white matter changes. Bye, little nuggets. Have a good day. Elisa, I'm not going to even attempt that last name. Konofagu? I don't know. Konofagu or something. A biomedical engineer. Yeah. A biomedical engineering professor at Columbia University has said acoustic waves have never been documented as causing this type of abnormality. She was quoted as saying, quote, I would be very surprised we never see white matter track problems, unquote. Cuba has firmly denied any involvement, which doesn't surprise me, and says the U.S. is lying about the attacks. This new evidence may be, let me take that "the" out of there, may be able to counter Havana's complaint stating Washington has not been able to furnish any evidentiary proof. This is what has been determined thus far. Most frequently reported sound patients heard was a high-pitched chirp and grating metal. Fewer recalled a low-pitched noise like a hum. Some were asleep and wakened by the sound, even as others sleeping in the same bed or room heard nothing. Vibrations sometimes accompanied the sound. Victims told the investigators these felt similar to rapid flutter of air when windows of a car were partially rolled down. And those worse off knew right away something was affecting their bodies. Some had developed visual problems within 24 hours, including trouble focusing on a computer screen. Oh, hey, Social Rec, how you doing? So those are our news stories, our scheduled news stories for the day. Because I do have a breaking news story that popped up that was given to me by our Lou in the server. So there's a couple of things I need to read to add. So this one is the FBI. Let me see. Here we go. And it's not. I love it when it's not working. Bloopers are live, yo. Bloopers are live. Here we go. FBI confirms Sidney Lufa's body likely recovered. Foul play expected. I'm going to pass this. Lincoln, Nebraska. The FBI confirmed Tuesday morning the body of 24-year-old Cindy Loof has likely been discovered. FBI agent Randall Thice said the body was discovered in a rural area in Clay County, Nebraska, sometime Monday afternoon. Lincoln Police Chief Jeff Blymeister also said there is evidence of foul play, but the situation is still under investigation. He added he does not believe there is any outstanding threat to the public. The time of an autopsy for Loof has not been released. The police chief said it was analysis of digital evidence that led search crews to the area in Clay County. On Tuesday, search crews were still in the area where the body was found near the intersection of Road 309 and Road S. The area was blocked off in all directions, with state troopers directing traffic and making sure no one passes through unless they are part of law enforcement. Officials said there were about 50 law enforcement officers searching miles of ground for evidence. Two persons of interest, Aubrey Trail and Bailey Boswell, were still being held at the Saline County Jail after they turned themselves in Taney County, Missouri. They both had outstanding warrants on charges unrelated to Loof's case. Bleimeister did not comment on whether the two were cooperating with authorities and did not say if police are searching for other persons of interest. Loof was reported missing on November 16th after she was last seen in Wilbur, Nebraska on November 15th. Loof's cell phone was last pinged in Wilbur, which is also where one of the two persons of interest has an apartment. Several search and rescue groups had been combing lakes, rivers, and surrounding fields for the past week in a search for Loof. Bleimeister said roughly 40 officers from the Lincoln Police Department, Nebraska State Patrol, Saline, and Clay County authorities, and the FBI are still canvassing Saline and Clay counties looking for evidence. The news of Loof's body being discovered was shared for the first time Monday night on the official Facebook page for the Loof family to communicate and share information with the public. With it, the family wrote, "It is with heavy hearts that we share this most recent update with you all. Please continue to pray for Sydney and our entire family. May God grant eternal rest unto thee. We love you, Sydney." So that is the breaking news. So there better be more than one Lou in the river. You know Lou in the server. Batman, now you're being facetious. Alright, what I'm going to read to you guys is an email from a Georgia congressman in response to something that Ronan wrote him. Ronan's been writing the congressman in regards to the net neutrality issue, and here is the response from Congressman David Scott. Thank you for contacting me regarding the ongoing debate over net neutrality. I appreciate your thoughts on this issue. Currently, there's me scrolling way too fast. Currently, there are over 250 million internet users in America, and many of these individuals rely on the internet to conduct their business, to research and study, and for leisure. Recently, there has been substantial debate over whether action to ensure unrestricted access to the internet is necessary. As you may know, broadband internet access is governed by the Communications Act of 1934, as amended by the Telecommunications Act of 1996. Yes, I'm still reading through the 210 pages and trying to get through all the other cases that they're listing. That's going to take a while. Holy crap. These laws, check this legal case and go to this legal case, and this legal case was based on this legal case, and I'm like, okay, my eyes have crossed. I'm done for the day. These laws authorize the Federal Communications Commission's jurisdiction over interstate communication conducted via radio and wire. Specifically, Title I and II of the Communications Act permit the FCC to regulate broadband services, with the Title II providing more stringent parameters for telecommunications services. As you may know, on March 12, 2015, the FCC issued new open internet rules. According to the FCC, the order applies to mobile as well as fixed broadband and relies on Title II of the Communications Act and Section 706 of the Telecommunications Act of 1996, Lord. And for mobile broadband, Title III for its legal authority. Political, blah, blah, blah. Morning, Malachite. I don't know what it is about reading politician stuff and reading legal stuff. After a while, I start hearing the adults from Peanuts. Wah, 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 wah.
That's pretty much all I heard. Usually when it's legalese, I can't hear anything else.
I know, right? Oh my God. If they could just speak in layman's terms, that would be great. Of course, then again, if they spoke in layman's terms, they wouldn't be able to get away with anything. There is always that. Okay, now, on to the next segment of the show.
Your mother was a hamster, and your father smelt of elderberries.
And that would be the shout-outs. So let's get down here to the recommended videos. First one on the list is, yes, I watch anime, but not to weebish levels, so don't get too disappointed in me. I do have a few that I like. And I do have channels that I follow, like Anime America. In an almost 3-minute video, they do updates, and they have a sad announcement at the end in regards to one of their staff members. So please, no, the staff member didn't die. Let me put that in there before people start wondering, thinking the worst. The staff member didn't die, but it's just an update as to a staff change in the Anime America ranks. So please give that video a watch. Next one is Haram Deseret. She does a video on ex-Muslims discussing intimacy in Islamic marriage. She goes into in-depth as to what is allowed and what isn't allowed because she actually used to be a Muslim, which is why she calls herself an ex-Muslim now. It is a very interesting video and a very informative video as well. Please don't miss it. All right. I hope your meeting goes well, Mr. Scarecrow. Thank you for stopping by. Third one. There are disc tracks and then there are diss tracks. And when Poisoning the Well does one, they do it in short order and very fine fashion. So please check out the video. Tana Mongeau-Hefner. This is a cover of a song. And boy, I'm telling you, this is one heck of a diss track. You guys check this out. Because I smiled, I laughed. Everything having to do... These guys are just absolutely hilarious with their content. And last but not least, our very own Tranime Girl in the chat. Alexa, who is Jesus Christ? What she does is that she proves by... She had a friend by the name of Skeptics after our own Crowder did a video addressing certain questions that Alexa answered certain ways. And before they could change... any of the answers Alexa was giving, she had her friend Skeppo ask the same questions. So this is a direct response to this particular video, in which some of the answers match and some of them not so much. It is a very cool video to watch, so please go check out Tranime and give her some support. And those are the recommended videos of the day. Now, I don't have a cancer article, but what I do have is a little segment that I am going to, because he's always in trouble with everybody on the left, pretty much. Let me see here. Deep. I am now going to start a different segment on the show called What Did Donnie Do Now? Addressing how people react to what Donald Trump does while he's in office, because I figure this is prudent with all the overreactions people have been having lately. So in today's What Did Donnie Do Now, the NPR is reporting how the world is reacting to Trump recognizing Jerusalem as Israel's capital. And this did come out today, so this is brand new. Updated at 4:45 a.m., which I'm sure is Israeli time, even though they're not making that clear. President Trump's plan to recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital and begin the process to relocate the U.S. Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem has prompted warnings of violence and concern that the move will scuttle any chance at advancing peace efforts. Since 1995, I'm going to move this over to make sure I'm not scrolling this up too high. Okay, when Congress passed a law, according to the U.S. Embassy, to be moved to Jerusalem, successive presidents have issued a series of 6-month waivers to forestall the move. During the 2016 campaign, Trump promised to allow the embassy to be moved, and on Monday he allowed a deadline for the next waiver to expire. The White House told reporters on Tuesday that the president would officially recognize Jerusalem as the capital in a speech on Wednesday. That would be today. I'll keep an ear to the ground for the speech. The actual establishment of a U.S. embassy compound in Jerusalem would likely take years. The status of Jerusalem is probably the most combustible issue in the long-running Israeli-Palestinian conflict, as NPR's Larry Kaplow and Camilla, whose last name I'm not even going to attempt, have reported. The city is sacred in Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. Disputes there have prompted violence and protests, not just in the Israeli-occupied Palestinian territories, but around the Middle East. The White House said Tuesday that Trump's decision was a recognition of reality, quote-unquote. The move is good news for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who has long lobbied for it. However, it does not sit well with many key players in the region. Jordan's King Abdullah reportedly told the president the expected decision will have, quote, dangerous repercussions on the stability and security of the region, unquote, according to a palace statement. So there you have it, the latest on what Donnie has done. And I figure calling it What Has Donnie Done Now is ever so appropriate. Alright, so we are now showing today's live streams. So essentially, Trump is upholding a promise we made years ago, but everyone has been putting off until now, Diz says. Yes, exactly. And, you know, because it's him, they're going to have problems with it.
Yeah, wouldn't he actually be not doing anything by letting it expire, though?
Yeah, exactly. Because they're actually going to be going through on the promise if it expires. So, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it. I really don't. I mean, Israel has been one of our long-standing allies, so we need to honor that allyship by finally following through on this. Jason. Let me see here.
Those damn Jews and Muslims stole our holy land.
I know, right? I know. Jason. Yeah, see, I gotta fire my dog. He's supposed to be providing side entertainment, and all he ever does on most of my news streams is just lie there like a bump on a log. Really, dude. Zeus, what's the matter, boo? Don't look at me like that.
My Alejandro's doing the same right now.
He's all excited and hyper before the show. The show starts, he lies down. I swear. Tranime wants to hug my dog. Well, there are a couple of minor... We are trying to catch our bills up, so you will notice on a couple of these screens, like up top on here, it says, save the SUV from repossession. I am not going to be tweeting this out. We need at least $500 to keep the car from being repoed because it is now 2 months behind on the payment. We're hoping these next 2 weeks will get us caught up on the bills and that they will let us keep the vehicle so we can pay it up without it getting repoed. Otherwise, we're going to have yet another speed bump to overcome.
I'm sorry to hear that, Maddy.
I know. In order to get the heck out of here. So there is that. But I am not going to, bog people down. We are moving forward. He is in training. I do start training myself at noon Eastern time today for an herbal company doing admin work and answering phones. We did the final haggle for wages was yesterday, and I stood my ground, and because I saw it as I have admin and customer service experience out the wazoo, and that they are also, hiring a bilingual. So I'm like, this and no more. Oh my God, that was turbo loud for a second. I don't understand why that. Yeah, I don't understand why it does that. I'm gonna have to figure out stuff. Sure, now I can hear Tommy. Gee, Bronner.
What's the matter, guys? Am I too loud for you?
Too loud, apparently. Too loud, too soft, too this, too that. I'm going to have to fix these for next time. That way when I have a guest, they won't be going, hey, and then, be pulling their headphones off their, heads when all of a sudden it corrects and it's loud. Is bilingual like a bisexual? You know better than that, Batman. You know better than to ask that question. Let me see what I can do here. Let me change the output volume in here. Yeah, I've got to figure this out. Because I think I have it, and then I'm still trying to... As you can see, this old biddy is still trying to figure out this banana shit. So, hang in there. Sooner or later, I'll get this. So, as you guys have seen, you've got your live streams. Oh, yeah, I've got to update the little doodad at the bottom. Because, doodads. Oh, you finally got up. Now that the show is just about... You're fired. I love you, dog, but you're fired. You're so fired. You're supposed to be providing side entertainment while I'm... Oh, now you laid back down. How you supposed to earn your keep if you ain't doing anything? Dude, come on. You're supposed to be my guard dog, and the only thing you're doing is keeping the bed warm.
Oh crap, I'm just looking at the chat. You did spell Wednesday wrong.
That does not surprise me in the least. Without enough caffeine, anything can happen. Yeah, I did. That's a typo. Yeah. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. Now it should be right. All right. I got the first two parts right. I got the third syllable all wrong. Okay. Nice to have people in the chat that correct me. I love my chat. They fact check me and correct me all the time. Derp. Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, my friends, it is that time. So may your coffee ever flow. May your caffeine be ever strong. And may you have a wonderfully wacky Wednesday. You guys take care of yourselves, my coffee nuts.
Bye, guys.